larger than life. He'll give you strife. He's Todd. He's tall, he's mean, he's labeling machine. He's Todd. Rides a motorbike, he'll tell you what it's like. He's Todd. Don't know what he'll say, he'll scare the kids away. He's Todd. He's Todd.
Yay, happy Thursday. Check this out, right? So it's been hotter than hell out here in Southern California, and I know you folks out there, you whiny Southern Californians, but I'm telling you, it's been hitting the hundreds here. And so you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this great weather. And yesterday it hit 78, 79. Today about the same thing. And then starting next Friday, and I think I'll be in San Antonio. I told the wife it's going to head back up to the 90s. So anyway, what a beautiful day. I thought I'd come out here and, shoot off my deck here. You got to be careful how you say that. I almost said it. You know what? There's times where I tell myself in my feeble mind not to say things, they generally come out. So anyway, you know what? Not much happening this last week. First and foremost, again, thank you very much for joining us. Not much happening here. A couple of years ago, I had it was the 2015 road show, and I had a tow behind barbecue smoker, and then my back went to hell and got rid of it. But I just picked up a new one, and what I do is it's the best counter day you're ever going to have. So if you're in Southern California around mid-October, September, I'll be doing counter days. So stay tuned. I'll mention the counter days on here. And basically what happens is I roll up to one of my distributors' location at 5 a.m, fire up the barbecue, and man, I'm telling you, it's absolutely fantastic. And people have been bugging the hell out of me for 7 years now. And so I went out and bought another tow behind. And so stay tuned for that. The barbecues are going to, the 2022 BS Barbecue Roadshow. That sounds good. Kid, I like that. So anyway, that's starting up pretty soon. Shout out to Bruce Page. 3 years. 3 years at Brother. I was going to say it seems like yesterday, but it doesn't. It seems like more 10 or 12 years. And that's the reason why. Well, no, I'm not going to admit to dyeing my beard, but Bruce, during the 3 years, you've at least aged me 10 to 12 years. So anyway, congratulations to Bruce Page. Other than that, we're going to. This is part 2 of our safety signage show, and I was surprised. Last episode was actually it was a hit. Safety signage isn't really my gig. I'm more into the datacom, cable wraps, patch panels, blah, blah, blah. But the more that these companies integrate, the electricians and, the low voltage guys, you still need safety labels, security guys, right? Or integrators, things like that. Hey, notice, we're going to film you while you're stealing our stuff. So anyway, we can now print those on demand. And typically what's happened in the past is a lot of these contractors, integrators, end users will go out to distribution partners, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right. We support our local distribution partners, and they purchase these things, and they're fairly expensive. But, our competitors have had these machines out for a long time. And so now Brothers entered the market, and we're doing quite well. We got product of the year, by the way, 2022 product of the year. With EC&M recently. So we're going to do the same format that we did last week. And Dan Cobb, he made up some lame ass excuse about not being able to come on here live. Actually, I think his son's in college, or he's moving his son in, or his wife kicked him out, or that's something. I don't know. Anyway, Dan pre-recorded a couple of videos. And what is going to happen is we're going to start off with some general safety labeling. And Kate, don't forget to turn my camera off so I can go make a sandwich or mix me a Bloody Mary or something. In fact, you know what? A Bloody Mary sounds damn good right about now. Anyway, we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about arc flash. So just to give you an idea, safety labeling wise, or general labeling, this is one of my favorites. All right, absolute favorite right here. And so that's just kind of your general warning. And then as far as arc flash, here's an example of the arc flash we can print. I don't know if you all can see that. All right, including whoops, barcodes down here. All right. So anyway, Dan's going to talk a little bit about that in between videos. I'll come back on camera and introduce the next video. And then we got some really, really, really exciting Bixie news for those of you that are going to Bixie. I mean, this is you can't miss this stuff. So Kate, without further ado, bring in Mr. Cobb. Let's see. Let's hear what he has to say about this.
Okay, so we just talked about arc flash labeling. And 2 weeks ago, we talked about GHS labeling and pipe markers. So arc flash, GHS, and pipe markers, they all revolve around that same theme. That's the theme of safety. Beyond those 3 types of labels, there are many other hazards throughout the facility that you want to go ahead and communicate. So here's a couple examples. Here's an example, pinch point, don't put your hand in there, that could hurt. Here's another example, keep this area clear at all times. Do not put that pallet in front of the natural gas shutoff. We might need to get that, or that electrical panel, keep it away from there. This equipment starts and stops automatically. Just because you can't hear the machine running doesn't mean that it's not. And then high voltage. So those are just a few examples of other safety labels that you could need, or you may need in your facility, just to communicate hazards to your workforce. And there's a couple different ways that you can get these labels. One, you can shop, you can go online and you can buy these, or you can contact your industrial distribution and let them know, okay, I need 5 of these, I need 6 of these, I need this and that. In most cases, you're going to be paying right around $5 a piece for these. You have to order 5 to 10 and you have to wait a week. That's that solution. And for some people, it's a good solution. But for others who need something right away, they don't want to pay $5 a piece for the labels. There's our solution. And that brings me right into showing you that solution through the Label Suite software. So I'm going to go into here and go into our save labels. In save labels, let's go into machinery. There's a ton of different templates that are out there. And for this example, I'll just go into this hot surface template that's already available. And I'll say edit this template. And let's say we want to change this and we want to put Spanish in there as well. Now, I don't know Spanish, not at all. So I looked this up online, and if it's wrong, it could be wrong. If it's wrong and you need to pick on me, then most definitely please do so. So I'm going to add another text box in here because I really want to edit this and show you how easy this is to edit. I'm going to go ahead and say, in case of emergency, let's do that. In case of emergency. There we are. That's nice. So now we have our label created here. We have everything that we want to communicate to our employees, and I can go ahead and print this label, or I could save this label for future needs or whatnot. And by the time it took me to create this label, it might have taken me more time to reach out to my industrial distribution and placed an order for labels or found labels online or whatnot. It's that simple. It's that easy. Now, let's say we're going to start from scratch instead of using the template. You can go ahead and do that as well, right? So we'll start just by creating a new label. Here I have indoor, outdoor, yellow, 4x6. I have everything selected that I want right now for my label. And I can go in here and select a symbol. I looked at these earlier. So let's say warning. Here's my banner. And I want to drop a symbol in here. And Todd, you had so much fun with me on this one earlier. I think I'll do it again because you said that my face was over here and then it said hearing protection required. I don't know why you thought that was so funny, but That's all right. Let's put a text box in and let's do the same thing and say hearing protection is required. So it's really as simple as this. And so I put my message in there, and we can go ahead and format this to increase the size of the font, make sure it's legible, and then center it. Perfect. I've got my label created. I can go ahead and apply this, add more information, add whatever I want. You're basically creating a label to meet your needs and not a canned message that's already out there. So that's really what I wanted to show on the safety labeling, being able to go ahead on demand and create those labels just as you need to. It's an affordable solution. It's a turnkey solution at an affordable price. That's my message that I like to deliver. One of the things that I did want to say too, if you are going to be in the San Diego area next week, if you are planning on attending the NSC show, Todd and I are going to be working the NSC show together. I'm really excited about it because I get to spend some time with my buddy. I know he misses me terribly. And don't worry, buddy. Don't worry. It's next week. I'll see you then. All right. That's it for me. Thank you so much for having me on your show again. Thanks, Todd. See ya.
Well, hey, Dan, I'm glad one of us is excited about that. But yes, and thank you for reminding me, Dan, that is next week, somewhere down in San Diego. I forget where it is, down there, the water. So anyway, it's the NSC show, safety show, and we're going to have obviously a bunch of those labels out and demos from the machine. Yeah, that's next week already. And then from there, I fly to San Antonio for the big gray bar show. And then from there, I fly to Bixby. And then I got 2 days off and I fly to Phoenix. And I don't know if you guys didn't see it. It's over here. But yes, I got a question. Those are horse stalls back behind me. And you may see one come by, and really that's the reason why I'm still working at my age, because of my wife's habits. These horses aren't cheap. So anyway, so that was a great, Dan, a great example of how to create your own safety labels. And next, all right, we're going to be talking about arc flash, and I know that this is very important on the electrical side, very important. And I do see a lot of electricians going out and purchasing these labels, and a lot of times, with these labels, you can't customize them. They don't come with QR codes. And so the beautiful thing about this, and hopefully I haven't even seen Dan's videos, for a good reason. But anyway, the cool thing about a barcode, a QR code, is that you can put your company's information in there. You can put really whatever you want in there. Thousands of alphanumeric the information that didn't come out right, but who the hell cares? Anyway, so the cool thing about that is that you can pre-print these based on the templates, and I'm sure Dan's going to show you the templates. And then if you want to customize them with that QR code, it's a very, very cool option. So, Kate, without further ado, let's go to Dan round 2. Ooh, that rhymed. Ooh.
Hey, Todd. Sorry, 2 weeks in a row I missed your show. I apologize for missing your show. 2 weeks ago, I was bringing my son to college. Got him moved in. Everything's working out great. I miss him terribly, but at the same exact time, I'm really excited for him starting college. This week, I'm missing your show because I'm out with customers. I get to get out of this office for a little bit and get out and work with customers to show them some of the solutions that we have to offer. So instead, made this video for you. And what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about arc flash labeling. So here is a little prop that I like to bring with me, and you might have seen this. And if not, you'll be seeing this when we're over at the NSC show. We're working that in a couple weeks. You and I are working that together. So I know you're excited for that. I can't wait to see you. But arc flash labeling, why is it important? It's important because it basically communicates any kind of potential arc flash hazards to anybody servicing the equipment. And it's really important because any kind of arc flash that could happen could lead to serious injury or death. And those are two things that I try to avoid as much as possible, right? And OSHA knows that. So OSHA actually has requirements for arc flash labeling. They state that anything over 1200 amps requires an arc flash label in order to be compliant with the OSHA NEC guidelines. So I was taking a look at that earlier and I was looking for some kind of visual aid and I found it. I just went to OSHA's website and found a presentation. So I'll share that presentation with you. And here we are, right? This is page 46 of their presentation. If you want the whole presentation, just let me know. I'll go ahead and send that over to your way. But basically, this defines what type of information is required for that arc flash label. First of all, you have to have that warning up there. That's very, very important. Next, your arc flash hazard boundary, right? That is the distance away where you could receive permanent injury if you're not wearing the right PPE. The second field down where it says 7.02, this is how much energy is behind the arc flash at a specific distance. That's very important to know. The field below that where it says class 2, that basically tells you what type of PPE is required while servicing the equipment in case there is an arc flash to avoid injury, right? In this case, it says flame retardant underwear, which I wear all the time, regardless. Flame retardant shoes and flame retardant pants, and class 2 flame retardant or PPE is required for this example. The next field down talks about the voltage, how many volts are behind the equipment that you're servicing. And then the next three talk about the distance for servicing that equipment. There are two main types here, right? So the prohibited approach has actually been removed from the labeling requirements, and because, well, 1 inch really. So that's been removed. The two that you really need to worry about are the limited approach and the restricted approach. And what are the differences between that, right? So for restricted approach, that's restricted to those who are qualified people to service whatever is being worked on at that point in time. If you're unqualified, you can work on the equipment, but only if you're with a qualified person, and that's where the limited approach is. So you can see the difference there, and that's pretty much defining everything that it takes to work and to service the equipment and to keep you safe while you're working and on that equipment. So that's basically the only thing that's required for that arc flash label. It's pretty simple. You just need to know what the requirements are for that. So now let's take a look at the solution that we have for arc flash labeling. This is a really great solution, right? So when we go into Label Suite, this is a software that we're using for that new printer, right? And we go into saved labels. In saved labels, there is an arc flash field. So we can go ahead and select arc flash and electrical. Click the little plus sign over here. And let's say we're going to use a 4-inch label. Under 4 inches, I'll just move into die cut. You can see there's also labels for continuous length rolls. You can do either continuous length roll or you can do your die cut label. So I'll just select that. And you can see there's all kinds of different templates here, depending upon what you want to do. So you can customize this to meet your needs. And everything's going to be different, right? You just can't, well, you can go online and you can buy some blank labels and write on them with a Sharpie. But if that wears off, then you're not communicating any potential hazards to anybody working on the equipment. So just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. So much easier to just use the right tool, right? And that's using the solution that we have here. Now, here's the arc flash label that I would use. I would go right into this, and it shows everything that, it pretty much tells everything that you need for this label, right? Everything that we just walked through is right there. We can go ahead and we can change any of this information by double clicking on it. And we can say protective boundary. Let's say it's only 120 inches. We could select that and hit print. If we wanted to, we could put everything we could change everything in this list and customize it for that unique environment. Now what we do, once we have this label created, we just go ahead and hit print and put it on the equipment. Or we can just go in and select save and save that label for later on and edit it. Now, if we need to print one of these labels, two of these labels, 150 of these labels, we have them right then and there when we need them, instead of shopping online and trying to find something. So hopefully through this video, you learned a little bit about arc flash labeling, why it's so important to have those labels on there, and then our solution, a really easy solution for arc flash labeling. And I hope this helps out. So thanks again for having me, Todd.
Well, Dan, the truth is I really didn't have a choice. So you're welcome, by the way. And I will go on record with saying thank you. I know that I don't think you've ever heard that before coming out of my mouth. And good job. Another couple words that I don't think you've ever heard before. But no, thank you very much. I mean, Dan, that was very good information on demand safety label printing. And that's becoming more in demand these days. There's a lot of liability out there. So if you're looking to save some money, customize these things, reach out to one of us. So one of the other things, there was somebody that came online earlier, 69 whatever. Kate said that's our first spammer, right? And that's actually good news. That means we're getting more popular, that even the spammers are now tuning into my channel to see this. And chances are it's probably one of my competitors anyway. So go get your own damn channel, right? The other thing is, and I'm really not promoting this, but out here in Mooselet, California, look it up. It's just east of Escondido. So Google Mooselet, California. But anyway, out here in Mooselet, I use a broadband, and I don't know if you could see the dish, maybe over here. But you know what? It's not that good, right? It's a DAS system, and it's off of some damn tower up there. But I just brought in that Verizon home internet 5G, and it's smoking. I'm getting 300 meg down, whereas before it's generally 35 to 50 meg down. So again, I'm not promoting these guys, but I'm saying the new technology's here. And I wasn't able to get LTE, and it literally took me 5 minutes to set up this network. And so I'm in love with it. And, which means that when I take the big show on the road, I can actually take this thing with me. So that's pretty cool stuff. So anyway, what time is it here? It's 10:21. And again, I want to thank Mr. Daniel Cobb for pre-recording these videos. Kudos to you, Dan. Job very, very well done. And let's go ahead and let's talk about some future shows coming up here. Kate, if you would, am I forgetting anything? If I am, Kate, message me, scream at me like you do in our own private chat. But I don't think I am. All right. So you know what? We got some good stuff coming up at Bixie. All right. And so here, I can't read this crap. So live at the show Tuesday, September 27th. All right, at booth 326. You got to come by for this. We had a ton of fun in Orlando. And what happens is I invite industry guests, and they come sit next to me, and we sit there and we BS for a few minutes, and you learn about some of their new products and how labeling relates to them. And it's a good time. We got some really, really cool shirts. Well, I don't know. The likeness is kind of goofy. I push back on the likeness. You'll see. Kate loves it. Everyone else loves it. I'm not a big fan of it. But they're really, really cool shirts. And they're shirts specific to us being at Bixie. And so the other thing is we have a drawing. And when you come by the booth and you register or subscribe, I guess, for our YouTube channel, you're entered to win a really cool Yeti cooler. These things are like $400 or $500. I would never buy one because I'm a tight ass, but nonetheless we're giving this away. So that's really cool. So come by the booth either before, during, or after, and sign up for the show, get entered into the drawing. and get a shirt and get on camera. And for those out there, and I've got slots for. I mean, we can do an hour of this Bixie, an hour and a half of this Bixie show. I think last time we did this in Orlando, it went 45 minutes or something like that. So if you'd like to be on the show, all right, reach out to me, and if we have a slot open, all right, I'd love you to to have you sit down next to me, all right. And yeah, the autograph session didn't go very well. I mean, I was trying to get $10 an autograph, and it didn't. In fact, I think it cost me $2. I had to pay somebody $2 for my autograph, but nonetheless, we're not doing that this year again. Brother's got to eat, right? But anyway, come on by. Bixie's going to be fun. All right. And then October 6th, we're going to do a recap roundtable. And we're going to have more of the industry experts on board to discuss, a recap of Bixie, number one, but just talk about the industry as a whole, if you will. And that'll be a good show. And then we're going to go back to inviting more guests on the show. And I've got a bunch of guests lined up, chomping at the bit to get on the show. So stay tuned for that. It seems that everybody is receptive about me sitting down with others and talking again about new products, emerging products, and of course the industry. So again, join us. We got a bunch of good stuff coming up for you in the very, very near future. So if you haven't yet subscribed, right, please subscribe. I haven't checked the latest numbers, but it's got to be in the tens of thousands right now. I mean, if we're getting scammers and spammers and whatever on board, the word's getting out there. So scan this barcode right now, please, if you haven't yet, and subscribe to my channel. There's a bunch of really, really good information on there. I know we have fun doing this, and I spew a bunch of BS, but you know what? There's some really, really good information. The first 40 episodes are nothing but labeling, and the well went dry, so we started bringing in some of my industry counterparts, and those shows go very well. And then we talk about again how labeling works with their particular products. So very, very good shows and good information. There's 60 something episodes out there on YouTube. As far as contacting anyone on the team, all right, I told you I'm here in Moose Lick, California. It's going to be a beautiful day today. That's why we're paying, $7 a gallon or whatever the hell it is right now. Of course, I got a big monster diesel truck, so I think I'm paying close to 10. So, keep buying, brother, please. All right, much appreciated. So if you want to get on the show, all right, sit down with me for a few minutes and chat. Even you, 69 person, come on, talk to me on the show. Love to have you, right? But reach out to me. There's my phone number. There's my email address. We got Mr. Jamie Brookover out in Virginia Beach, and Mr. Dan Cobb. Again, thank you very much. He's doing something with his son again in college today. Either that or, he got kicked out of the house again. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure he'll call me later. Mr. 3 year himself, 3 whole years. Bruce Page out of Massachusetts. All right. And Mr. Rob Dawkins, big fan of the show here. Rob, you do a fantastic job out there. We appreciate you. I appreciate you for the support that you give this show. And I'm sure we've all benefited from it. So thank you very much, Mr. Rob Dawkins out in North Carolina. And then Mr. Craig Robinson, our glorious leader, hails out of Bradenton, Sarasota area. And I will see Craig and Bruce at Bixie. So Craig will be there, Bruce will be there at Bixie. And I get to see Mr. Brookover in San Antonio. It's going to be a dangerous time there. But anyway, thanks again for tuning in. No, I sincerely appreciate it. It means the world to me. We've had a great time with the show. The show is just getting better. I want to thank Kate in the background. By the way, Kate's going to be there. For those in Orlando, Kate made an appearance. She's very, very elusive. Very elusive. All right. And Kate made an appearance in Orlando. And then but she wasn't on camera. But then we brought her on camera in Denver, and she's going to be helping me at Bixie with this whole production. And you know what? Maybe I'll sit down and have a little chat with Kate, and she can really tell you all what she thinks about all this. Or maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, no, I appreciate your support. We do. Thank you very much. I'm going to see you next time I see you. It's going to be a Bixie in fabulous Las Vegas. So again, thank you. And what do we have here? We have 1029. Look at this. You know what? I hit it again. Nailed it, Kate. Nailed it. Nailed it. I'll see you soon. I'm not doing a damn thing the rest of the day. I'm sitting on my patio and enjoying my libation, and I think I'm done for the week. I really am. Summer hours are still in effect. So yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Again, thank you very much. Please stay safe out there. And until then,